Hey, good morning, everyone, or afternoon. I don't know where it is. Hey, Francisco, thanks for coming to the studio today.
Thank you.
All right, how's it going? You doing okay?
Doing good. Doing good. It's just the only thing we're talking a little bit about it was just the difficulty right now of getting offers accepted, even though, things are a little bit slower, right? And when I say that,
What
it's
do you
it's
mean by getting them accepted?
so it's more so the offers of everybody wanting to just take outright advantage of the market, right?
So you're saying the buyers are not being kinder, gentler anymore, like the sellers were. Now they're taking advantage of the situation. Is that what you're
Right.
saying? So they're writing. Are you saying they're writing low ball offers?
Yeah, exactly.
They're
So, and
because
it's
they think they hear it. I mean, last thing, and I'll let you talk. Sorry. What they're doing is they're listening to everything out there, how bad the market is and how it's going to go down, and everybody's nervous. When in reality, we don't have a housing crisis; we have an information crisis. That's what you're saying they're doing, right?
right, because of the shortage of inventory and everything too, right? We've been talking about the battling forces of like it going one way, and then buyers wanting to go one way, sellers wanting to go one way, and neither are budging. However, you know what I have been seeing is people are still able to get offers accepted that are actually really good offers, get credits and everything like that, and it's a fair offer. However, buyers want more, just a little bit more. And a lot of the times it'll be, $10,000 less where, I even look back to when I purchased my house, and it's like my broker told me, in the long run, a $10,000 difference isn't going to make much of a difference.
Nope.
And people are losing the opportunities of getting houses for, sometimes that little bit, that little extra. And realistically, you know, yes, it's a great time to go ahead and like I tell everybody, do take advantage of the situation and also try to find where you can capitalize off of it. However, some people are wanting a little bit too much to where it's just this gridlock right now, it's just too slow.
Yeah, and that's also time. Let's add one more thing in there. Time of year, right?
Right.
We haven't had this much rain since 2008. So people are freaking out over, some places are flooded, some places aren't. I mean, it's a weird where weather has really made. Usually, we don't have this problem. Yeah, a little rain, get a little of that, no big deal. Keep selling houses. We're not the East Coast or the Midwest that get major snowstorms that have problems. Well, now we're having different weather. We got a week here coming supposedly that's going to be drier in later this week for a while, which will be good for everything to dry out. And I think you'll see a pickup of because nobody wants to go see a house in the rain. And
Right.
nobody wants to sell their house in the rain or have people coming through their house in the rain because now they got mud issues, other issues. I'm just saying think about it. I mean, forget everything else.
It's
You have
true.
that on top of everything else.
It's very true. I was explaining to you as well just how this has been happening actually with one of my very own listings where, with the rain, and my client has a pool too. So just having all of that, the buildup of the water and then it's tricking into the pool, and then you got it on the cement, and then walking in and out. And I get it, I told her I understand, that you don't want to go through that right now because I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people also see it as, you want to obviously show your house in the best of its condition and its prime. Um, but then there's always, different markets and different needs.
Right.
Uh,
You could make people take their shoes off at the door, right? And put these little booty things on it like they did before. There's ways you can do it to protect, because I get it. I totally get it. I knew a contractor who during the winter walked through somebody's house with mud on their shoes. Yeah. You think they were happy with that person?
Oh no. Yeah. So, and that's where it does get tricky, because then it's like also in a situation like, that where it's also like, for example, just a contingent offer, right? Like they were in the process of also buying another house while they're trying to sell their house. And then you got the other people saying, hey, it has to be shown. And then it's also, it's like a double-edged sword, right?
Right.
So it is difficult because it's like with the weather and everything too, like you said, it's just completely unprecedented. And nobody would have known. And then it's also hard explaining that too, right? Where it's like, frustrations start taking into play, and it's like, man, well, I didn't expect for this to happen, all this stuff. And it's like, well, neither did we.
Right.
However, there's still, like, for example, I showed a house the other day that was the same thing, storm, was really bad. The pool was completely empty, but they still showed it.
How was the pool empty?
They got it drained out, during those free days, where it was actually a little calm.
Oh, they were draining out to check, to do some work on it or something?
No, well, so many people had to just drain them because they were, the rain was so crazy. They're like, well, I'm not going to deal with it overflowing. I'm gonna just drain it right now and then have it filled back up after.
Oh, yeah. How far down did they drain it?
It was like all the way down.
There's something else going on. Nobody wastes that much water
just for that.
Just for that.
Even
I'm sorry, that's a lot of water. It takes 8 to 24 hours to fill up an average size pool.
Yeah, I know. Well, they probably had some sort of cleaning or something too, but crazy stuff. I mean, the weather was just something that.
Yeah, I mean, my pool's not real big, but we only went up that much. To over, because it's supposed to be in the middle of the tile. I'm now touching the top of the tile, so I keep going out there and opening it up and letting some water out down through the sewer system, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it also could be how like some of these pools are designed and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I think we always talk about it as well, the value of also just buying a house that has a pool but is done right, because like for that very reason. I mean, a lot of people will try to get a good deal on a house and then cheap out sometimes on the pool, but it makes a difference. Drainage, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a pool's expensive. If you can buy a house with it, do it. But then depends on how old that pool is too, because if it's an older pool, it's going to cost almost as much to rehab it as it is to put a new one in.
Right.
So you have to understand that. And plus you only get about 10 grand for that pool that you put, that might have cost you 60, 80,000. You might get 10 grand for it, and as value to the house.
Yep. That's always the tough part.
Because someone asked me the other day, there was like, what is a tree cost? What is the value of a tree in a home? I said, not really anything. And then somebody sent me something. I was like, it's worth up to 50 grand. Okay, maybe if you have Del Rio, right, and you're adding a fully formed tree into the thing, it could be different. But on average, you have no trees, so I'm gonna offer you 50, 70. No, it doesn't work that way.
Right. I've been seeing a lot of that too, with the justifications of like the lowball offers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just, little things and stuff like that. And again, it's crazy to me because I see where they're listed at, and then I see comps, and then I see the potential for getting the good deal. But then it's like it gets killed because it's that extra 10, 20 grand that, everybody's kind of seeking right now.
Right. Well, don't lowball, just get money for closing costs and other stuff.
Right. I mean, it's like we've been saying, in a few months, we might not be able to even get that.
No, it's going to change. I mean, rates have come down. We went down almost another 0.5 point in interest rates. It's on. More people are hearing that, and more people are coming out. It's what I said before. Soon as every 1% is 2.5 million more people nationwide, that's 30% of those are in California. Figure those numbers. Yeah. So it's going to get to a point where I can't, and that's where you're late to the party. Lowballing was last year. Right. Yeah. In those months when rates went completely up and the seller is freaking out because they need to go get their other house in a different state and they have to move, that's when you can take advantage of them. There's no taking advantage of them anymore. So
yeah, I would even say right now, I mean, you're not too late yet. If you get out there right now,
no, I'm talking about writing a super low ball offer.
Oh yeah, even what I'm saying too though is right now, you could still really take advantage of the market, get a good deal, get concessions and a good rate. Like a lot of people,
but that's not taking advantage. That's just working with the seller.
Right.
I'm saying they want that, plus they want to write a freaking another lowball offer on top of that. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Be a kinder, it's a kinder, gentler market, and don't take advantage of it. Meaning that because you got cash offers coming to properties now. I'll give you 50 grand under asking. Why? Yeah. I'd rather keep it. Wait till 2024 and sell it for double that.
Right. And that's exactly what, we will be seeing. Right. It's just everything is going to pick back up. And the thing is, too, is so many people don't realize, these changes that are happening, they're kind of incremental for a little bit. And then out of nowhere, I think it's just really it's going to take a drastic change.
It's happening. It's just you haven't seen it yet. Most of the time we see it after the fact. We see it after the closings. We don't see it before, right? Hindsight's always 20/20, and right now you don't want it to be hindsight. You want to take advantage of it before it's there, because once people start hearing about it, then the news, hey, did you hear this? And then it's going to go up. Except for Diana Olick, she's still going to be negative against it, but everybody else will be positive. All right. So stop writing lowball offers. Work with your buyer's agent to figure out what the right price is. Figure that out and be fair. I won't say be fair and balanced, but be fair. And you're going to get money for closing costs and buying the rate down. Let's not ask for a lot more than that. If that works for you to get that house, then do it, because right now is the time. People want to sell their houses right now, and you want to buy them. So get out there and buy them and stop lowballing. Anything else you want to say to that?
Oh, no. All good.
All right. Again, friends, when I make that statement, you can come back and say, no, he's wrong. Or, yeah, that's correct, Ed. You're right. You can, whatever.
You're
add to
absolutely
it.
correct.
I feel the same way. That's right. All right, Francisco. Thanks for stopping by today. Everybody make it a great day. Say goodbye, Francisco.
Thank you. Everybody take care. Have a good day. If you have any questions related to real estate at all, please feel free to reach out to me at 209-493-2400.
And as always, I'm